In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your starter on your Ford Taurus. It's located underneath, next to your oil pan. Using an 8mm socket or wrench, you're going to disconnect your negative battery terminal. Loosen it, and then put it off to the side. Make sure it's not touching any metal. All right, so you're going to want to take this little plastic cap off. So we are going to take off our connectors using a 10mm socket. Just put that off to the side. All right, now you're going to use a 13mm on the red wire, the power wire. And you're going to take that wire off as well. All right, using a 13mm socket behind where the electrical wires were. Once you get that loose, you can use a longer socket and just undo it by hand. Okay, put that bolt off to the side. And now we're going to loosen our bottom bolt. Same size, 13mm. Now you're going to want to support the other end of the starter at this point, because this is the only thing left besides the guide that's holding it in. So just loosen the bolt. Put your hand on the other end. Starters are a little heavy. And just be ready to grab it in case it wants to come down. Pull it away. You're going to put nose down and take it off. All right, so you're going to want to clean off in case you have like oil or grease. Clean off that surface. This is a good time to check your flywheel. Make sure there's no chips or worn teeth. So you're going to want to grab your bottom bolt, the one that goes in here. So you're ready when you put your starter in. Make sure it's lined up with the teeth. Once you know you're lined up and your guide is in the hole, you can start that bottom bolt. Grab your other bolt and get that one going. Make sure the threads are started by hand so you don't cross thread anything. All right, so you can snug up this bolt. And you can snug up the bottom bolt. All right, we are going to torque our bolts to 18 foot-pounds. With a 13mm socket. All right, I'm going to use my 1/4-inch ratchet and a thin wall 10mm socket. Take this nut off, the negative terminal on the starter. All right, so now we can hook up our starter and put the positive on. First, using a 13mm socket, we're gonna tighten up the nut for the power. Put your lock washer on first and then your nut. This is going to be tightened to 9 foot-pounds. And if you can't get a torque wrench in there, just do make it tight and then go a quarter of a turn using a 13mm socket. Make sure your wire does not move. So now we're going to connect our negative wire to the starter, put the lock washer on, and thread the nut. Using a 1/4-inch ratchet, thin wall socket, 10mm, you're going to tighten that down. Again, it's 9 foot-pounds, but if you can't get a torque wrench in there like me, you're going to tighten it and then go a quarter of a turn. All right, go a quarter of a turn after it's snug. Just make sure it's tight, and then put your plastic cover back on. You're going to take your negative battery terminal and put it on. Push it down, and use an 8mm socket. And tighten it wrist tight. Make sure it's not moving, and you're good to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.